A glittering courtroom packed with reporters fell silent as the clerk called the next witness. Nobody expected the first sentence to land like a thunderclap. "I was rehired by Madonna after leaving Mr. Combs." In that single moment, jurors realized the case against Sean Diddy Combs would drag far more celebrities into the light than anyone dared predict. Even before the initial gasp faded, a ripple of recognition swept the room. If Madonna's name appeared this early, who else might be pulled in? The answer arrived within minutes. Leonardo DiCaprio, Beyoncé, Rihanna, Mick Jagger, producer Judd Apatow, and the late Chadwick Boseman all surfaced in rapid-fire testimony. The judge rapped the gavel for order, but the damage was done. The jury now understood that Hollywood's red carpet was fraying under cross-examination, and the show had only just begun. Only 4 weeks earlier, on May 12, 2025, federal prosecutors opened their racketeering and trafficking case with a stark claim. Behind Diddy's chart-topping hits lay an enterprise that turned fear and favors into currency. Their timeline sketched 3 pivotal beats. November 2023, former partner Cassie Ventura files a civil suit alleging years of coercive misconduct. A swift confidential settlement follows, but federal agents begin comparing notes. March 25, 2024. Homeland Security raids Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami estates, hauling away hard drives, encrypted phones, and a vault of videotapes, sparking headlines about so-called freak-off gatherings. September 2024. Combs is arrested on a sealed indictment. Additional counts, transportation for illicit purposes and conspiracy, are unsealed in January 2025, setting the stage for the spring trial. To the public, those dates felt distant. Inside the courthouse, they formed the backbone of a story about influence unchecked. Yet prosecutors insisted the timeline was merely a prologue to witness accounts, so unsettling that investigators still debate whether all footage should ever see daylight. That warning echoed loudly when Mia, Diddy's former executive assistant, stepped forward. Her resume read like a dream: private jets to Paris, waterfront villas in Turks and Caicos, and champagne under the Eiffel Tower at 4 a.m. She ticked off memories of DiCaprio teasing Diddy at an underground baccarat game, Mick Jagger flirting on a beach, and a scar earned in Ibiza after a stunt gone awry. Jurors laughed. Then Francie as context hit. Mia's fond travelogue overlapped the exact years she now calls her nightmare era. Defense attorneys projected friendly texts Mia sent long after she resigned. She had typed heart emojis, suggested Netflix shows by Judd Apatow, and reminisced about Chadwick Boseman's James Brown audition tape Diddy once financed. Why would someone so upbeat speak of mistreatment today? Mia's answer cut through the polished veneer. You don't sour every memory just because one person held the strings. The admission rattled observers. Loyalty, she implied, can coexist with deep unease. And with that, the jury braced for testimony, even prosecutors labeled hard to sanitize. Entered Jane, a pseudonym shielding an ex-girlfriend who described endurance contests she called hotel nights. Prosecutors urged caution, steering clear of explicit language. Jane outlined multi-day parties fueled by excess. Gatherings, she said, where saying no felt impossible. In a measured voice, she explained that fame, gifts, and the constant fear of exile kept her quiet for years. Jurors took notes while court monitors blurred select phrases on live feeds. Viewers outside the courtroom saw only the headline scroll, key witness details, coercive environment, yet even that toned-down summary left social media reeling. Before the gallery could recover, prosecutors pivoted to the money trail. Former Bad Boy Entertainment CFO Derek Ferguson revealed line items labeled events, talent grooming, and executive hospitality, each funded by shell companies buried 2 or 3 layers deep inside Combs' global accounts. Ferguson hinted that luxury penthouses and driver retainer fees were bundled into public relations budgets. numbers jurors could verify against spreadsheets stored on those seized hard drives. Financial analysis also explained a puzzling aside from Cassie's friend, Brianna Bongalan, during her stint consulting for a streetwear brand. Bongalan said Beyoncé and Rihanna tried launching capsule collections but quietly withdrew when internal delays multiplied. Ferguson provided an unspoken footnote. Potential partners, he claimed, sometimes balked after hearing whispers of non-standard requests tied to Combs-sponsored events. Whether true or rumor, the association alone scared away investors. While accountants decoded ledgers, another subplot brewed: Hollywood's panic. Within days of Mia's testimony, entertainment lawyers confirmed a spike in phone calls from high-profile clients. Some stars feared being subpoenaed. Others worried that old party footage, now government property, might leak. Online tabloids ran heat map graphics connecting Combs to nearly 40 celebrities rumored to have visited his properties between 2010 and 2024. Comment sections exploded with guesswork. One rumor even floated the idea of a future presidential pardon, after former President Trump mused that overcharging entertainers can be political. Legal analysts warned that a mid-trial pardon would ignite public backlash, yet the mere mention stoked further drama. Every night, talk shows speculated about what else might surface from the evidence vault. Investigators cataloged more than 150 terabytes of files, most still sealed. Court filings reference a freak-off playlist, spreadsheets listing event guests, and metadata mapping flight logs to social calendars. Prosecutors argue the trove shows a pattern. The defense calls it irrelevant character smearing. The judge has scheduled a separate hearing to decide how much the jury will actually see. If admitted, analysts say those drives could extend the trial deep into autumn. Amid the swirl, Combs sits stone-faced, flanked by attorneys. He pleads not guilty to every charge. The maximum sentence, decades behind bars, hangs in the air each time a witness utters his name. Yet beyond legal stakes lies a cultural reckoning. How did a producer once hailed for uplifting artists become the axis of an industry crisis? Observers note that the same charisma-drawing allies may have masked an empire with few internal checks. That paradox, prosecutors contend, explains why household names keep surfacing in sworn testimony. The trial now reaches a cliffhanger. Jurors have heard the glamorous memories, the financial spreadsheets, and hints of sealed recordings. What remains unseen could confirm or dismantle months of speculation. As court adjourned Friday, reporters spotted 2 new protective order motions hinting at celebrity witness lists. Whether those names ever echo through the courtroom will define the trial's next act, and historians say, shape how the entertainment world polices itself. So consider the puzzle pieces on the table. Madonna's rehiring gesture, DiCaprio's casino night cameo, Beyoncé's vanishing fashion line, encrypted drives from a midnight raid, and a CFO outlining shadow budgets. Taken alone, each story fascinates. Stitched together, they form a tapestry of influence that both dazzles and disquiets. And that leaves one final question for viewers. When the vault finally opens, whose legacy survives the fallout? Scroll down and share your prediction, because the next witness might rewrite music history before the week is out.